Good morning, YouTube. This is WakMed19. I'm here with another gameplay and commentary. I have no idea how long I'm going to talk today, so let's just get started. So the gameplay, I don't know what it is because I haven't decided what it is yet, because this is a subscriber requested story or video commentary, and because it was requested, I'm doing it special. I don't want to limit myself, so hopefully I won't go too long. But it's the WakMed19 story. Where did I come from? How did I start? The question was, you know, how did you start YouTube? And starting in YouTube, first of all, I watched a lot of YouTube. I watched a lot of video gameplays. I watched a lot of commentaries. I wanted to know how to get better, and that's where I started. And then the community stuff, where I really found more and more things that I liked, and my love for YouTube. It came a little bit later, but mostly just watching and trying to get better at Call of Duty, and that's what I really enjoyed. And so in watching a lot of these videos, I decided, I can do better. I can make better videos. I don't even know how to make a video, but I know that I can do better than most of these people. I know that I can make a better video than a lot of these people. I very, very rarely am I at a loss for words, even though I don't speak clearly all the time. Through the magic of making videos, I can edit out whatever I want. I may edit this video, and if you never noticed, then I've done a really good job. And I like to talk, and so I thought, let me just talk. What I was worried about at the beginning of making my videos was the gameplay. Was my gameplay not good enough? Because I'm not a great player. I mean, my KD in Ghost is like 1.2, and that's the highest I've ever had in a Call of Duty. I'm not that good of a player. But it wasn't really about the gameplay as much as how much I edited. Now, I'm not really all that concerned about the gameplay. I get some good gameplays. I save them up and I use them. I've got several on my hard drive. I've got Black Ops 2 games left over. I've got a couple of Modern Warfare 3 games that I get here and there when I went back to it. Don't know that I'll ever use them again now that the generation has changed, but whatever. So I was worried more about the gameplay than the topics that I actually talked about. And, since then I've kind of waned and waxed on what topics I wanted to cover, what it was that I thought was important, whether anything was important, how many videos I wanted to put out. That it kind of comes and goes. At the moment, I don't feel like putting out a lot of videos because I don't feel like I have a whole lot to contribute. And I don't want you to sit through a crappy video just because I felt like I wanted to put one out there for you to watch. And I know that you appreciate that, because there's a lot of people that watch a lot of my videos and they watch them all the way to the end. And if I'm just blah, 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 then there's no reason for them to be here and me to waste their time. It's not good for me to do. It's not good for them to have to sit through all that. So I try not to do that. At the beginning, I did a lot of collaborations with friends. I had Acid on for a collaboration. I got a guy, Monkey, who we used to hang out all the time on Xbox Live, and I don't think he has the new system yet, but we did a little collaboration. I had Jules on to do some collaboration. I think I've done some with Archaic. I just did a lot of stuff with friends because I enjoyed doing it. I wanted to give them a voice because they do have influence over what I think about the games, because it was them that I was playing with. Thrill Seekers helped me out with some videos. I don't want to forget about him. So I started doing videos, and then I said, I want to do more than just gameplay. I also want to, save some stuff from my family for posterity. It's kind of like my version of home videos. And you know what? If I can make it interesting enough for you to enjoy it, then maybe you'll enjoy it and stay around and learn more about me and my family. It's also a marketing tactic, in that if you like my family, maybe you'll stick around just because you like my family. Maybe you're interested in how everyone is doing. They're all great right now, by the way. But maybe that'll get you addicted and make you hit the subscribe button. That'd be cool. A lot of people are loving the Disney stuff that we did. But with my kids, I did some fishing stuff when it was summer. We're doing some hunting stuff now that it's winter. If I get my kid to kill his first deer on camera, then not only will I get to see it and you get to see it, we'll get to keep that. I'll get to relive it in the future, way in the future, whenever my kids have kids. they can show them, you know, this was me killing my first deer. How cool would that be? This is me catching fish when I was a little kid. That's something that I can't do because, you know, the advent of the video camera was, well, I mean, it was when I was a kid, but who's got a VCR anymore? You know, the tapes will eventually become ruined. And my kids have video saved on the internet, and that's just cool. Eventually, I met up with a guy named Tactical Oyster, and he's the smartest 15-year-old I know. He has to be. The way he goes through his thought processes is incredibly talented for his age, and it was very impressive. So he approached me about doing a podcast called 3-Bar Exploits, and so me and him and another guy, Jazz, started this up. Jazz eventually left off pretty quickly, actually, and we found a guy named Bonfire who was supposed to be a guest. And now most of you guys know the Bonfire and Oyster and I do 3-Bar Exploits. It's weekly most of the time. We just took a break for the winter vacations and stuff, but we do 3-Bar Exploits. It's a great time. Bonfire brings an element to it of a lot of times we see that, what am I trying to say? Not all of us have the same likes and dislikes, and it makes for a really good conversation. Usually when one of us is about to leave off with a topic, the other one's feeding in. There's a great dynamic there. I really enjoy hanging out with those guys every weekend, and maybe it's a good enough show for you guys. Getting, you know, some really good hits on that podcast. Support it, make it bigger. And one of the really cool things about that podcast is Oyster got us connected with Strictly Business Gaming. It is a sponsored podcast. I say it's sponsored. We really are working out what about it is sponsored, but it's really cool. Strictly Business Gaming's worked with us. They were in a live stream, and we gave away some stuff that they paid for, and that was really cool. I got to give away somebody else's stuff. That's cool. I thought it was anyway. During 3-Bar Exploits and some of its earlier episodes, we met up with Punkman, Mr. Punkman 87 and Mazeman 112. And these are really great guys, great conversationalists. They are growing. They're smaller channels that are growing. They're extremely talented, and I really enjoy their content. And through them, I met up with Team 2Spawn and was a guest on a Team 2Spawn podcast, and that was fun. And we enjoy doing that. We've had Corey or Rainman or whatever he's gonna go by. We've had him on 3-Bar, and just a great time. Really good guys to hang out with. I've really enjoyed myself. I'm saying really, really a lot, and I'm gonna stop that now. So, in doing YouTube, I've had some things that made me smile. I've had some things that have made me aggravated, encouraged me, and discouraged me. I can say the one thing that discouraged me the most was being stuck at like 70-ish subscribers forever. That was very discouraging, but we're over that hump and we're moving along. The other thing that was very discouraging to me was a failed series that I had called Made Up Monday. I thought these were hilarious. I love sarcasm, and I put a lot of sarcasm into Made Up Monday. It was right after Black Ops 2 came out, and I thought it was great. It went like 10 episodes or something silly like that. I even went as far as to ripping some David Vonderhaar interviews off the internet and putting them back up with me asking questions and whatever his responses were, tailor-made to that. And it's very sarcastic, and I had a great time, but apparently nobody else liked it, which is fine. You know, you're gonna find some things that you don't succeed at, and that's one of the series that I did not succeed at. If you like it, go back and check that out, and maybe you can tell me why it didn't succeed. I don't know. I had a good time doing it, though. I have had successful series as well, and Steven, even though it doesn't get as many views, it does get some really good responses with doing the silly Steven videos, and I really enjoy doing them. They're a lot of fun. And the other successful series, of course, is 3-Bar. It's collaboration, so that's kind of a different thing, but it's pretty good. The Pro Tips is getting some good traction. I need to get back on top of those, but I'm really trying to make those higher effort videos, and that's really paying off. So at this point, I'm partnered with Fullscreen. I have 279 subscribers, and I appreciate each one of you. And 63,284 video views, and that's amazing to think that 63,000 times, and I'm stealing this from Oyster, 63,000 times somebody said, yes, I want to watch what you have to say, and that's cool. The other really cool thing is that someone requested that this video be made, and I really do appreciate that. I don't know, it's taken over a year, maybe a year and a half, for someone to finally request that I do a specific video about something, and there was a non-YouTuber, and I really appreciate you asking me. If you want to know if I think you should get into YouTube, which is not what you asked me, sure, why not? Broadcast yourself. I like that motto from YouTube. So do what you want to do, and don't be stuck in doing any one thing. I'll do what I want, I'll put up the videos I want, and I'll title them how I want. Joke from 3-Bar Exploits. But now I kind of feel like I'm pushing out a little extra. I'm going to shut the video down. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. Have a nice day.